Hey guys, welcome back. For today's video, we are going to be creating this crazy, bright, magical unicorn look. So to start off, I just took a very pale foundation and applied it all over my face. This will just help it so that when I put colors on top, they will pop a little bit better. And then I set that with a bright matte white eyeshadow before taking some time to do the other side of my face, and then we can build from there. To get a bit of a soft blue color on my cheek and jawline, I just took a light blue shadow from Makeup Forever. And then jumping to Dolly Pop, which is a bright pink from Sugarpill, I started creating the contour lines along the side of my face, constantly looking straight to make sure it kind of matched up to the other side. And then I also just carried that color along the temples of my face, along the inner corner of my brows, and then I also used it to help contour my nose a bit. I made my nose a little bit wider in my contouring, kind of similar to what I did in my Fawn makeup tutorial, just to give a little bit of a flatter nose look. Taking a deep purple shadow, also from Sugarpill, I then used this to deepen the contours along my cheek. I used a pretty stiff angled brush to really help carve out the shape and then just built up from there and blending it with the pink. And then I also carried this onto the temples as well and just blended it out. Using the white shadow again, I quickly super highlighted the brow bone just so that the colors wouldn't get muddy as we start building up the eye shape. And then I took the purple again and applied that into the crease of my eye to give it some better definition before taking a matte black gel liner, and I applied this all over my lid as a really dark base before packing on a duochrome pigment that looks white but on top of black turns this crazy bright teal color. And then I also used an iridescent purple pigment from INGLOT and applied that to the outer half. And then I just blended the two together with the white pigment again. If you spill into your crease a little bit, you can go back with the dark purple shadow and just redefine it a little bit more. And then to build up the waterline, I took a mint colored gel liner, because that's what I had, and then I just set it with a bright white pigment, just so I would get a really cool toned white on the inner corners. I then followed that with NYX's matte liquid liner. This one is really fantastic because it has a super tiny brush, so it's good for using under the eyes. And then I created a really over-the-top dramatic wing for my eyes, just because I thought it suited the look a little bit more. Using a teal from my electric palette, I just quickly filled in my brows really lightly, keeping them kind of thicker towards the center so they'd look a little bit more youthful, I guess. And then I also used the bright blue in that palette and just put that underneath my eye and blended it out. I also patted on a little bit of the silver from the electric palette just underneath the center of my eyes to start creating that shimmer that I want all over the face. And then following that, I went back to the iridescent purple pigment and applied this all over the different high points of my face, just so I'd have even more shimmer on the skin. To get the strong contours on the face, I needed to deepen the colors a bit, so I again used that cobalt blue shadow from the electric palette just to really deepen all of the shadows on the outside. I applied a little bit of the hot pink to the nose just to kind of build up that animal feel. And then I moved on to the neck where I started by mixing a hot pink cream with a white. And then for the rest, I used mostly colors from my Makeup Forever Flash palette and just blended these all together. The face I kept with the pinks and purples since I thought it suited the unicorn feel, but I still wanted to incorporate some element of like rainbow, so I decided to do this along the chest by just following the color wheel and blending it out towards my shoulders. I then wanted to incorporate a little bit of contouring along the neck, so I created this kind of torque necklace shape with the pink shadows and blended it out with a fluffy brush. Here I also applied some of the white pigment again just to create more contrast along the neck and chest. I used some shadows from Sugarpill again to just blend across the colorful areas. And then I started defining the neck contours and this curved shape I created with the same purples, pinks, and blue that I used along the cheek and forehead. Now this step you could absolutely skip if you are not down to freehand a bunch of different designs along your neck and chest. But you guys know me, I live for this stuff. So I took a lavender face paint and just started creating all of these different designs and just made it up as I went. I aimed for like a tiny bit of symmetry, but was not strict on it, so it wouldn't take 10 years to have to make sure everything matched up perfectly. I carried these designs a little bit onto the face, and then once I was done with the lavender color, I just went to my white water-activated face paint and followed along over top. As you can see, I started adding in all of the dotting, since I think dotting is an easy way to make something look more complicated and much more magical, so I had to add those in. I applied 2 lashes by just stacking them on top of each other just to kind of enhance that really big eye shape I was going for. And then I moved on to the glitter, which is one of my favorite parts, although I know a lot of people absolutely hate it. I took a holographic silver color that had rainbow reflect as well as just a shimmer and just applied this everywhere. I even like salt shakered it onto myself at some point because I just wanted to be super sparkly. For the lips, I kept with what I did for my fawn and just focused on coloring in the top lip. I used a dark purple liquid lipstick for this and then followed it with the Cosmic Metal liquid lipsticks from NYX, just so it'd have a nice bit of a shimmer to it. I pulled this color out slightly at the edges just to elongate the lip shape a little bit, and then I also applied it to my nose just to darken that a little bit more and create the animal feel. And then it will finally be time to apply the unicorn horn, which I have a DIY for that came out before this. I quickly applied a wig cap to keep my hair out of my face, and then wiping away the area where the horn would sit, I just applied a bit of Pros-aide both to my forehead and then to the horn itself. Give it a bit of time to dry so that when you attach it, it should stick right away. I would say I probably let mine set for about 5 minutes fully, just to make sure that it was really secured. And then I went around that with a glitter from Lit that again is holographic and has rainbow reflex in it. Throw on a wig or do up your own hair all magically. I have a pair of purple contacts in that are from Primal Lenses. And then there you have a unicorn look. So you can totally adapt this whatever way you wish, work with whatever products you have at home, and you should be able to feel pretty magical this Halloween. But that is it for today's video. If you guys liked, I would love if you would please share and subscribe. It means the world to me. But until next video, I will see you then, and thank you so much for watching.